What's up, y'all? I am your girl, Candy, and I have one of the coolest, one of the most talked about, one of the biggest personalities from Married to Medicine. My girl, she's also my dentist. My girl, Dr. Heavenly.
Woo. Thank you for having me, Candy.
Yes, and she's about to speak on it.
I'm going to spill a little bit of it. I'm going to try to hold it. Y'all know I can't hold shit, though. But go ahead.
Okay, Dr. Heavenly. Why don't you just tell the people, because I feel like when people see us on TV for so long, they in their mind, they think they already know who we are.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So tell me who Heavenly really is, not the TV version, just you.
I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a child of God. If you want to know who I am, I'm a little girl that grew up in a room with no windows. And when I put that on TV, I didn't even realize that was something. People made a big deal about my bedroom not having windows.
Really?
I didn't have windows, but I had a vision. And my vision was that if I worked hard, I could do better. And I could come out of this room. My mama kept me in a room. The door had to stay open and the lights had to stay on. Don't ask me why.
Wait, even when you went to sleep?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You would have to ask her.
That's interesting.
I had to leave the lights on. Some little girl that worked hard in school, was a nerd, wore glasses, actually graduated at the top of my class. Got a 4-year ROTC scholarship. Presidential Scholars Room and Board. Graduated from Florida A&M University with a degree in biology, minor in chemistry and military science.
Wow.
Graduated there with honors, went to Meharry Medical College where I met my husband. We've been together 32 years, been married 28 years.
Wow.
Gave him 3 babies, and we have 7 dogs.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You said, wait, 7?
7, don't ask me.
Why do we have 7 dogs?
My daughter, she keep getting puppies, and we just keep them. I guess rather than having kids, she got a puppy. So I take a puppy than a child.
They're going to have to get you a kennel license.
Something.
Now, okay. So it's so much that we could discuss.
It's so much. Where you want to start at?
I love the fact that when we were talking in the other room and she was saying how she had cooked dinner for her husband before she came over here. And I said, she been at work all day. And then
I'm every woman. A lot of people think I work hard, and I do. I work 2.5 days a week from 9 to 2 in my office. I own 9 dental practices before Married to Medicine, and I semi-retired when I turned 45 years old. And I work part-time in my office, and that's to make time for other things. Now, I chose dentistry because I wanted to get off early and be home when my kids got home from work. So I was there when the kids got home from school. I was able to take them to their bus stop, really just, and be a wife and a mother, because that's all I ever wanted to be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Y'all didn't want to be there?
Well, it's not that I didn't want to be. I always knew that I would be a mother. I didn't really, this is going to sound crazy. I didn't really grow up necessarily wanting to be a wife. That sounds bad. But just because...
you got some pretty teeth.
Well, thank you.
They're beautiful. Honestly, they really are. They are really.
No, but I was saying that, both my parents had multiple divorces.
Oh, did they?
So, yeah. So I don't tell their business, but... it was a lot. So
my mother and father are both deceased, but we told their business on TV. My mom stayed, even though my dad had outside kids. I'm telling this. I can't tell you what's going on in Married to Medicine, but yes, my mama stayed through a lot of mess. And my whole thing is like, yeah, people divorce if they don't go through some things and just stay. Now, the young kids like Don Juan, them, it's a cookie cutter thing. Like if it's a microwave thing, if something don't go right, they leaving. Back in the old days, they stayed through the thick and thin, know?
Well, I wasn't going to jump into this, but since we're talking about marriages or whatever, your husband, he's on the show.
Yes.
Y'all had a lot of drama with the stories that come up on the show.
Yes.
People have accused your husband of different things.
They have.
Okay. Has any of it ever been true?
Listen, I can't tell you 100% what nobody do, But if my husband has done anything, I don't know it. My whole thing is he's been smart enough not to let me find out. And he's smart. I mean, he worked in the ER for 12 years. He know what's out there. He's most educated man I know. He's double, triple board certified. Emergency medicine, family medicine, and interventional pain. I don't think so. But they don't know that. They ain't got no proof. So no. My husband come home every day. He's a man that loves his children and loves the Lord.
That's what I'm talking about.
I ain't never seen nothing. And I tell y'all again, and I tell you again, Don Juan, if my husband wanted some ass, I love him enough that I would buy him some.
No, you wouldn't.
I would. If that's all he wanted. This ain't political. Cut that part. She don't like that. She don't like. No, seriously. Like if that, I think
that's
I'm
not
enough.
Political. I mean,
I'm enough. I don't think. But to me, that
you honor marriage. That's a good thing. So ain't nothing wrong.
She don't like that. But okay, cut it. Okay, what y'all doing over there?
We gonna move right along.
Move on along.
Okay,
but no. My husband does not cheat on me. That was all lies. They even said he had illegitimate children that were biracial. It was like the name Cam. I'm like, listen, if he had some kids with the last name Cam, wouldn't somebody be knocking on my door for a check? I'm in control of the money.
So well, they definitely would be doing it by now because it's already been talked about on the show.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I can't see that.
I don't see it either. Okay, so let's
go ahead, ask it. Whatever it is. A man say it or I'm not. What y'all asking?
I'm gonna ask a question. You don't have to answer.
Okay.
So does that mean that every night you give it to your husband?
No, I've been telling that lie for a long time. Y'all know I do. On the show I say my marriage is perfect. We have sex every night, and people get mad at that. They be like, Heavenly, you a fucking liar. You lying. Y'all gotta know I'm lying. Come on now. Every night. Shit, I'm tired. We've been together 32 years. Come on, y'all.
That's what I was like. If you in it like that, then
sometimes it spurts. Like sometimes we together, and it might be some weeks.
Yeah, you gonna have to tell your secret if you doing it like that.
No, don't nobody do it like that. Nobody. Except Quad. Quad get 15 times a week. She's standing on it.
What's she getting it 15 times?
With her man, King. What she said, man. 15 times.
Me and her are gonna have another powwow about that.
Okay. I'm tired. Shit, I can't.
That's a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to you. How did you even get into dentistry? Oh, you said that because you wanted to be home for your family. So.
Yeah. My mom told me from a very young age. I remember at 4 years old, she said, "You're gonna be a doctor. You're gonna be a doctor." And then she used to say pediatrician. I couldn't even say pediatrician. My mama told me I was gonna be a pediatrician. So when I went to school, my major was pre-med. Mm-hmm. But I ain't like kids like that. I was like, I'm not finna do that. Like, And so I actually thought about dentistry because they had a summer program called the DAP at Harris Medical College. And I actually interned with a dentist in Tallahassee. And I just noticed he had on nice diamonds and he had a nice car. It didn't look like he was working too hard. And I was thinking I could set my own hours. I don't have to be on call. I don't have to do a long residency. You know what? I'm an artist. I can draw, you know what I'm saying? It's a spatial perception. And when I did that, I was good at it. So dentistry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You built an entire brand from the dental office, your YouTube brand, all your business coaching that you do. Where does your grind come from?
You know what? People ask me that. People on the show, because my husband is a physician. Clearly, I could have stayed home and just depended on him. I was bred that way. My mama told me never depend on a man. I don't know what her experiences were. She said a man doesn't treat you the same. He doesn't respect you if you don't have your own. Now, I think my husband is an exception to a lot of men, but I've never tested that. I've always had my own. I've always been a grind. It's just instilled in me since the time I was a child that I would always have a job. I wouldn't even feel right. I would feel unfulfilled, Candy.
I mean, that's how I am too. I don't even think I feel right.
I have.
But you do have a lot going on. I mean, you have, like you said, you had all those practices. Then you had all you had a hair company.
That was supposed to be for my daughter. Then she left me and went to FAMU. Now she back. Now she want to go to Clark. I be trying to help my kids pursue their dreams as well. I ain't had no business in no hair store. I don't even do no hair. Come on now. That ain't even me. My hair be
I
tore
mean, I
up half
thought it
the
was an
time.
interesting
My hair be
idea,
tore up
but
every time. You know what I'm saying? So that's not my forte. No.
oh,
I was
okay.
doing that for my daughter.
Okay, but then but you still have a lot of businesses. I mean, your online show was
Yes,
like
I was
really,
doing that for Married to Medicine. I didn't know why everybody didn't do it. Like you do, you did an online show. I felt like it was therapy for me. I could say my side of what
yeah.
really happened. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I will continue to do that this season as well.
Or so you are gonna still
Yeah,
continue
I'm
to
still
do.
gonna vlog it. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
So what made you semi-retire?
When I turn, you know what? I've always had a plan. I was a person that had a vision board that said I was going to be married a certain year. I was going to have a baby a certain year. I kind of came early with that one. But I always had a plan from the very beginning. I was going to go to school. I was going to graduate. So I said at 45, I'm going to semi-retire. And then I'm going to do whatever else my heart desires. Now, reality TV was not in the plan, but that kind of just happened. But I always
Yeah.
had a plan.
Wow, it said I was gonna retire at 40, but that was a
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's something that people don't know about you that actually would surprise them?
Shit, y'all, I've been on TV so long. What do y'all not know about me? I pray every night. I did not want to be a politician. That's never been in my dreams to do.
Mhm.
I'm a wife. They say, when I say submissive, everybody get offended or whatever. I know I got a mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna shut up. But I am traditional.
Mhm.
But people know that about me. I have traditional values. What don't you know about me?
I don't know, because that's, I mean,
I work
think
hard.
that's important
I pray
though,
hard.
because to me, I feel like, especially with you going into politics, I feel like it's important for people to start knowing heavenly outside.
The people
of
keep
the
asking me, like the
stereotype of
people
that.
call me up and they say, "Heavenly, you going into politics? You ain't got no freaky pictures out there for when you was in undergrad, who
Right.
you was doing, what you was doing."
You don't.
I ain't, and if it is, it's some AI, because y'all can't tell the real shit from the fake. That's what my thought is. But no, I just was never that girl. I
Well,
was
that's
never that
good.
girl. I was a girl that always had a boyfriend. Stayed with my first boyfriend 8 years, from 16 on through. Then I met my husband in school. Been with him ever since. I've never
So you
been out
never,
there like that,
so
like
you
y'all.
never had a whole phase.
No, never. Yes, I'm stingy
Oh.
with man. I don't know how y'all was living. I ain't from the music industry. I'm not that sex and hot rock and roll, and I'm not that. Not at all. No,
Well,
I was never a hoe.
That's good.
Never a hoe.
That's good. It's good to know. That's funny having this conversation. Well, then I would say, what is the biggest misconception people have about you?
I think I have a wall up. People don't get to know me. I have very, very few friends. I can count them on a hand in my lifetime. The people I would really call a friend that really know me, I could say it on one hand. Dr. Jackie's one of those people. Quad is another. But on my hand, I'm a solo. I'm about my family. Like, for example, we went to the CDC, was the CBC in DC. I didn't know we was that famous. I really just not, because I had to go home. I'm not in the club. I'm not out there with the peoples. You know what I'm saying? I'm a homebody. I go home. When I went to the city, I was like, these people know me. And they, politics, I don't know them. So they looking at me to come to them congresswoman, say, bitch, I don't know you.
You're right. And that's the crazy
I'm sorry.
thing. Yeah, I
don't play that, cut that part. Don't call them.
No, but I don't be knowing who a lot of them are either.
And I feel like I'm supposed to. So I need me like a Don Juan or somebody behind me say, hey, that's Congresswoman such and such. You need to know her. This is such and such. And I know some of the names.
Don does that for me all the time.
So, but I don't know the people.
Yeah, well, okay. So with that being said, like now that you're going into that world, you don't think you need to start studying up on some of these people?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a book now. But the problem is,
tell me about the book.
I'm going to tell you the problem. The people don't look like the book. So, am I wrong to say this? Fucking up real bad. Listen,
don't say no names.
The people know they don't look like the book. It's airbrushed, like a brother took a name and say, this is such and such. No, it ain't. Y'all ain't helping me. Y'all are not helping me with this
sound
book.
like that clip I just saw Giselle talking to the girl on her show. She was like, that don't look like you.
Hopefully I look like my pictures. I don't know. But no, they don't look like. But a lot of beautiful, prominent women, beautiful, beautiful women. I've met a lot of people you know, so yeah.
That's interesting. All right. So you've got the reputation for being bold, loud, unfiltered.
Yes.
How has there ever been a time you look back and said, you know what, I went too far?
Candy, I'm to be honest, no. I feel like, you know, whatever I said at the time, I meant that shit. I did. They said some things to me. You might have seen it. You may not have, you know, because, you know, honestly, I don't watch the show in its entirety, but I know what happens. That's why when I did my vlog, and people would say, Heavenly, you lying. We didn't see that. You didn't see it, but that's what happened.
Yeah,
so
they took
out. Me there. My whole thing is, and a lot of people going to ask me this season, they're going to say, Heavenly, she just said that. Why did you go all the way there? Because I didn't have time. I knew she was going to go there. I knew it was going to already go there. Might as well just go right there so I'd be done with it. Is that funny? Why is that funny?
No, it's funny.
Time. I knew it was going to go there. She not going to shut up. So why would we not going to go from A to Z to B to B? No, go 0 to 100 and be done. Okay. Shut that shit down.
Well, you know what? I think I see a Scorpio in you strong.
You think?
Very much so. Yeah. Okay, on the flip side, has there ever been something that didn't make it to air that you wish people saw because it would have given more context?
Oh, all the time. Every scene. You know, we do 7 hours of something that we only see like maybe 7 minutes, if that.
Right.
So all the time. They see the 100. They don't see the 1 to 99, you know? So every scene that's been, for me, a conflict, the people didn't see what happened, how it went down. You know, so yeah.
That's true. So you call your husband daddy.
Yes.
And baby, that internet loses and the internet loses its mind every time. What's that really about? Why do you think people get so worked up about it?
You know, somebody compared me to Monique. I don't know why Monique calls her husband daddy. I think it's totally different reasons. The only reason I call my husband daddy, I don't know. But the only reason I call my husband daddy is because my son and him had the same name. So country, rather than me say Damon, I say no, the daddy. So it's the daddy, daddy. So it became daddy and it just stuck, you know? It ain't nothing sexual. Everybody got a problem. I don't know. Why you got a problem with what I call my man?
Well, we know it ain't sexual because you...
Clearly.
In one of your
Don't do me that. Don't do me Candy. Don't do me like that. The lady said, don't do me that.
If one of your castmates was in trouble and needed help, who's the first one you'd actually call? Or if you were in trouble?
I'll call Jackie, for sure. Jackie gonna tell me what to say to get out of it.
Okay.
She gonna tell me what to say. Heavenly, come here. Let me tell you what to say. And she tell me, you absolutely right. I agree with you 1,000%. But this is how you say it. This is how you be nice, nasty to these. That's how you do it.
Oh,
Okay. Tone it down.
And who's the one person you wouldn't call even if your life depended on it?
I'm running for Congress. And I love everybody. And you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't call Toya because I don't think she would come. I don't think she would come. I think that she's very into herself. And if she did come, I would have to wait probably another 4-6 hours before she come because she's not just going to come. I would come for her. Seriously, I would come for any of the ladies, whether we getting along or not. I would be there for any one of them, but I don't think she would come.
Got it. Okay, you've been open about your son's situation.
Okay.
And people had a lot to say online. Mm-hmm. How did that affect you as a mom? And what did it teach you about dealing with the life in the public eye?
You know what? People, and it's public, so this had played on the TV, but it's public. I found out on Twitter.
Okay, what exactly happened?
My son got arrested. He had an interaction with a police officer. They asked him to stand down. You know, these little kids feel like they got power or something. You know, rather than doing what the cop did, you know, he got in his car and got ready to drive off anyway. Crazy as hell. But they arrested him at gunpoint. Mm-hmm. And they took him to jail. And some kind of way, one of the cops there knew Damon because Damon worked in the ER and he had saved his life. So, of course, when they saw the name, they called my husband. My husband actually took care of it. He got an attorney and they didn't tell me shit because I probably would have made it worse. I don't know. But he was protecting me. And a lot of people had, well, your husband didn't tell you. I love that he didn't tell me. I love that he wanted to protect me from doing that because he knew I would have lost my damn mind at the time. I didn't find out till 2 years later on Twitter.
2 years?
Yeah, because the docket came up. You know how it takes time? And when
Uh-huh.
I saw it, I thought it was AI. I was like, that ain't real. I know where my son is. He's not in jail because he's, I just saw him. And when I kept looking, I said, let me ask my husband about this. And he said, yeah, it happened a while ago.
Wow.
What the hell you looking like that for? The hell you was I'm gonna leave him alone. Little baby. Y'all so sweet.
So how does it,
I cannot control a man that's 27 years old. I've given all I can give. I've been a great parent. I made sure my kids went to private school through the whole thing, paid for undergrad. They got a great education. My son is a college educated man. He chose to do something that he shouldn't have done. And he's privileged in a sense that he did not do any time, just community service. But my plight is, had he not been Damon Kimes Jr., what could have happened?
Right.
And those are one of the reasons I'm running for Congress, because the cops did the right thing, right? But I keep saying one of the number one causes of black men, young black men being unalived is police violence. So I think that when certain things are going on, police officers have to be trained to make sure that our babies come home.
Mm-hmm. So has your family ever pulled you aside and said, Heavenly, you went too far this time?
My husband has said some things, but he does not know the context. So
yeah,
my husband is not on social media. He don't know half the stuff that go on the show, and I don't tell him. And he kind of keeps away from it.
Well, he does a good job.
He does a good job.
I mean, I haven't seen all of it, but when they show the clips online, I feel like your husband stays very calm.
A lot of the shit he don't know. A lot of the stuff that's going on, he does not know. I do not tell him everything. So, so he doesn't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I already said that. How do they feel about you being so outspoken on TV and now stepping into politics?
Who is they?
Your family. How do they feel about you? Everybody knows you've been outspoken for years.
Yes.
So how did they feel about your decision to go into politics?
My husband, it was his idea.
What?
Yeah, initially, I could tell you the whole story. Let me start from the beginning so y'all get the context of what it was. I went down because I'm always giving back turkey, stuff like that. I really don't publicize it, but I got a good humanitarian award, one of those awards down there at the Capitol building. I went down there to get it, and I ain't even want to go get it. Honestly, I was working, but my PR said, Heavenly, that's a prestigious award. Go on down there at the Capitol building and get it. I go to the Capitol building. It was different from how I thought it was going to be, but all the ladies around there, they knew me, right? So one of the ladies said, Heavenly, you should run for office. I laughed. I laughed. I said, no, I ain't doing that. She said, well, can you call such and such and talk to her? The people said they need some representation. They need somebody that's going to stand up and stand out for the people. I said, doggone, okay. You know what? My heart, because I grew up on free lunch. You know what I'm saying? I got WIC. You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud to say, but I'm proud. It don't matter. I'm got WIC because I don't think it's like a handout. I think it's a lifeline, if you will. Because if I didn't get it, when I was pregnant in school, I don't know, if my kids would have got the sustenance they needed. I was one of the people that went to intercity schools, so I know the struggle, right? Over town. Anybody been from Miami? I was over town, inner city schools. So I knew what the struggle was, and they need people that's going to speak up and speak out. And I said, okay, state rep, I could do that. My win number was 2,700. I know me and Qua could do that together. She bring her big booty down the cut. You know what I'm saying? We just knock on some doors. We won, right? And I could do my thing. When I actually launched it on the show, one of my PR in LA put it in people.com. It went everywhere. Fredio had it and all the vlogs and everywhere. And I got so many hits that people started calling me, very prominent people, saying, Heavenly, your platform's too big just for state rep. And I thought, state rep, that's good. They say Congress. My husband said, I initially thought you should run for Congress anyway, but my husband got big. He make you feel like you could be anything.
So, okay,
I'm going too long?
No. Let's give it to us in the simplest way possible, because a lot of people don't keep up with politics.
Okay.
So what's the difference of being a congresswoman versus the state rep?
State rep is a state position. It's in the state, meaning that I would represent about maybe 70,000 people in my community. And you actually represent them in downtown Atlanta in the Capitol building, right? When you go for House, you in D.C., you represent the people, maybe almost 765,000 people in D.C., and you actually bring forth legislation. You really just a voice for the people.
Mm.
And what has happened is when politicians get these positions, they leave and they never talk back to the people. You know what I mean? They get money from these lobbyists and stuff like that, and they stay up there. And the people came to me and they say, Heavenly, we want somebody to be our voice, but to listen to us and actually be present, be a voice for us. And I was like, Dad, God. Initially, I was like, God, I don't want to do this. And then I was like, God, why me? I don't I got a good life. I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to put my life on this, like, right? And now I prayed and I meditated and I feel like I've been called to do this, and I'm thanking God that He trusts me with this task, if you will. And I'm excited about it now. But the state rep was just state. It's just a local job, local. You know what I mean? You have local things that go on. But House rep is what Jasmine Crockett does. You go down to Washington, D.C., and you have a space here and there in your district. And you are the voice for the people in your district. And you bring about laws, legislation, and you make changes.
And that's what you're running for now.
Yes, okay. Congress. It's a federal position.
Okay, and what area are you going to be representing?
It was just a gerrymander map. That map got gerrymandered and nobody knew. But had I been in Congress, y'all would have known about District 13. I would have put it out there. But it actually encompasses South Gwinnett, meaning Loganville, Snellville, goes down to my county, which I live in Rockdale County, been there almost 25 years. And then it got a part of Henry, a part of DeKalb, and then it goes down to Clayton County.
Gotcha.
So a big part of Clayton County as well. So, yeah.
All right. So you didn't think that it was just like kind of crazy to just jump into politics and you're still on television?
Well, the interesting thing is, as state rep, I thought I could easily do that and be on TV. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was a big deal. And I'll say again, I didn't know it was a problem.
Yeah, and this
you
is not
say
you
it,
talking, this is
yeah.
me talking. I could have sworn that in like agreements that I've had to sign, I thought it said that we had to like make them aware if we were in politics or something, like we weren't supposed to be in politics and we couldn't be on TV doing that.
That was the understanding.
Oh, okay. Did you realize that was the understanding?
Yes.
Or did you not pay attention to it?
No, I knew.
So
initially I didn't know.
Initially you didn't
I didn't know.
Okay, then it was brought to your attention.
Yes.
And you still wanted to.
I was called to do this. I guess people don't understand my faith. I was called to do this. I was going to do it.
Okay. So it never once did you say, because I mean, for me, I left after 14 seasons. How many seasons you been doing?
12.
Okay.
12. I think we season 12. Now I was a friend the first season or a friend of somebody the first season. Okay. I wasn't full cast the first season.
Right. So when you do a show that long, it's a major decision.
Yes.
That to say that I'm willing to step away to do other things.
Yes.
I already experienced it and I know it could be uneasy feeling, sometimes because you like, this is what I got used to, it's kind of like part of my everyday life. And so now it's like, I'm willing to just like say, hey, I'm going to switch this whole thing up. And you were just, how did you feel about that when you played with it in your head?
I swear to God, this is my answer and I'm being very honest. I prayed about it. I meditated. I fasted. I was called to do it. And I was like, God, if you want me to do this, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I've had a great life and will continue to have. I ain't giving you no Martin Luther King and mountaintop speech because I got a long life to live, right? But I submit my life to God. And if that's what you want from me, God, I know there's something greater for me on the other side. I already know. Yeah. My life has been delightful. It really has. And I learned at Meharry Medical College, you serve the underserved. Mm-hmm. And if you follow God, whatever God got for you, it's going to be there. I swear to God, that's what I believe.
Okay. Well, I would say that you are really one of the most, if not the most popular and biggest dynamic personality on the show.
I would agree with that.
And a lot of times you push the story that happens on the show. You know what I mean? A lot of story is connected to you, and if it's not connected to you, you gonna amp it up and keep it going.
I'm good at all my jobs. That's what I will say. I've done my jobs very well.
Right. So with that being said, I mean, I would think they're gonna be missing you.
I would think that as well.
Nobody tried to talk you out of this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yes.
you still, this is,
I've been called. I'm going to say it
and you
again. And I don't think
stick
people
it to
believe me
it.
when I say it. I've been called to do this. I don't have a choice. You understand what I'm saying?
I think that when you first said it, I do believe, people probably was like, hell,
They didn't
yeah,
think I
right.
was serious.
I don't
They
think
thought I was
anybody thinks
playing.
that. Yeah.
And then they were saying, well, Quad, your campaign manager, you just doing this for TV. No, Quad was my campaign manager because I knew my win number was 2,700 and I could blink and get that. So, you know what I'm saying? So I knew I would get more time on TV if Quad was my carrying the story, right? So that's just being smart. But, when I switched to Congress, of course, we had to switch up the whole thing and get a whole real team, and we had a real team before, but, people that had experience in politics.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, now that you have been, I guess, talking to the people in the community, sharing your message, right? How are people receiving you?
I've been well received. I got so much backup. You wouldn't believe it. The people, when I walk in rooms, they're like, Heavenly is really stepping up because they know these jobs don't pay well. You know what I'm saying? They know that it's a sacrifice to do these things. Your life is already on a microscope. It's going to be even more of a microscope. The people want to see every dang thing. They want to know. But why would you do this, Heavenly? Because I care about my people. This is my community. These are my patients. And to me, the gerrymander district, I've had a practice in each county in that district. I've had a practice in Stockbridge. I've had a practice in Clayton County. I've had 9 practices, and they're strategically everywhere in the district before Married to Medicine. Them people know me. Those are my people. Those are my patients. That's my community. Those are my family. Mm-hmm. And they need help. They struggling. I don't know if y'all know what's going on in the world. These people are not going to eat. Their Medicaid, Medicare is going to be cut. They need somebody speaking up and speaking out. And I'll say it over and over again. My congressman has been silent. We don't even know who, you know what I'm saying? We ain't seen them in years.
Yeah.
Years. And then, people got excuses like I don't care. What's going on right now? We need somebody to be the voice of the people in District 13.
So were you really into politics?
No.
Before?
Well, yes, in a sense that I knew a lot that was going on. I actually did a vlog with Carrie. I'm talking about Carrie that used to be on our show. Uh-huh. We used to do a vlog on politics, and we used to talk about Kamala and the different things. And I have hosted some political rallies at my home. I've seen you out in different political spaces as well. But yeah, just on the surface. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. If you win.
When I win, you mean?
Okay.
When we speak things into existence.
You're right, and I agree with you. So when you win,
yes.
What's the first change you want to see or make happen?
Now, my platform has to be healthcare, and that encompasses a lot of things. But I've been actually having roundtable discussions with a lot of physicians, and I'm like, how can we fix this thing, this Medicaid situation? And I don't know if you probably not, the Georgia Pathways website, the Medicaid website, is so convoluted and so difficult to get through. And the first thing that we need to do is because you used to have a year in order to re-register for Medicaid. Mm-hmm. Now they cut it down to 6 months. A lot of people don't know it. They're going to lose their insurance and not know it and not be able to get back on it. So a lot of people are going to die unnecessarily, something that was preventative. It could have been prevented, and they don't even know. So the first thing I would do is try to listen. The big, beautiful bill has already passed, right? Mm-hmm. The big, ugly bill. But we can actually do amendments and say, hey, you know what? At least give them a year. So they can realize what they need to do to get back on the program. And also, because the big, beautiful bill, you have to work 80 hours a week or have certain hours in school or community service. We can train people. I got people in my pocket. They can train people on how to walk them through that. Because people in my district, some of them don't have computers. Some of them don't have fax machines. Some of them can't read. I've spoken to them. They're like, I don't know what to do with this. I can't read. So how you going to live?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. These kids not getting their school, they lunches, they free. I grew up on free. I understand this. I've been on both sides of the coin. They ain't getting their free lunch. Sometimes that was the only meal I got. So if these kids not eating, they taking it away. And then all the stuff that's going on right now, like HBCUs, if it wasn't for HBCUs, I wouldn't be here. I'm a double HBCU grad, right? Mm-hmm. Without those loans, the student loans, I wouldn't be here. Me and my husband came out with $500,000, and that sound like a lot, but right now they coming out with more than $1 million in debt with no job in sight. We have to have something that's different. The student in certain countries, education is free. In certain countries, child care is free. Why not be here? At least speak up. And my whole thing is this. A lot of people say I'm loud. A lot of people say I'm over the top. Is that what do you want a Jackie to ask politely? Or do you want somebody to speak up and speak out for you right now? Because right now it's a circus up there in the White House. They need somebody that's going to speak up, speak out, and not be afraid. And that's Dr. Heavenly.
Well, I agree with you on that point. Knowing how some people can be online, what do you say to those who doubt you or bring up your past TV moments to question if you're fit to serve?
I think just that. Everything you're saying is what you want in office right now. You know what I'm saying? If I, and I don't use his name, if DT could come out of reality TV and tell lies and divide the people, why can't Heavenly come out and tell the truth from reality TV? Why not?
That's a good point.
And y'all are harder on a black woman than y'all will be ever. When I'm telling you this, black men, I'm going to tell you black men, respect and uplift your black women. And I don't ever want another black man to talk down. That man, what's his name?
Steven.
Man, we are the most unprotected. If you ain't got shit to say that's good about a black woman, shut up. Be quiet. The man should uplift a black woman, not ever tear her down. And even if she did say something wrong, which she didn't, she's only telling the truth. Do like my man do. Bring me in a closed door and say, correct me there. Don't correct me in. Come on now. I'm your queen.
We're going to have to get you a sit down with Stephen A.
Yeah, well, we could do that. We could do that.
Is there anything you want to apologize for or clarify?
No.
Okay. That was quick.
No.
Nothing from the show that you want to set straight.
I meant that shit.
Okay.
I don't remember, but if I said it, I meant it.
Okay, so there has been conversations online that you have been demoted to a friend.
Yes.
On Married to Medicine. What's the real story?
I'm a friend. I feel like
have they been announced?
I can't. Yeah, they have. They have this out there now. I appreciate Bravo working with me.
Did you know you was gonna be a friend?
They had said it, but I didn't think they was gonna do this shit. I really didn't. I really did not. Honestly, I was like, because my story is so prevalent this season, I was like, I'm a businesswoman.
Like how they gonna cut
First and foremost, I'm a businesswoman, right? And I know what sells and what makes them money. So I was like, they ain't finna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they did it. They did it. So my thought process is, listen, I appreciate it. I thought they was gonna fire my black ass.
Really?
I thought, yeah. You know what the contract says?
I know what it's saying. Yeah.
And even before that, you know what I'm saying? I was in some shit before that. So, you know what I mean? I just really thought that, and I'm surprised that they can show it. My launch, my campaign,
yeah,
they're showing it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think.
Well, you don't know because sometimes they'll cut it out after
I think that I did a green screen. You know, when you're in a green screen, if they ask you questions about something, that's what they're going to show.
Yeah, that's how.
So now how much of it, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that was my story. So, But I thought, I didn't think they was going to fly for that.
You're not a Married to Medicine wife anymore, so I don't know. Like, I'm curious to know how they're going to play, because
from what I can remember,
storylines.
I think I do. I would be interested to see. You know what? I don't know what other people filmed, but they shit couldn't have been deeper than mine this season.
Okay, so not Married to Medicine, the politics world.
Okay.
Are you in it for the long haul? So like, let's say, okay, once you win, are you like in it? Like, okay, now I'm totally cutting out reality TV or what?
You know what? That's a big question. People keep asking me that question. I'm in it as long as God wants me to be. That's my answer. When I got into politics, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know shit about how to be, and it all came together. All I knew was her, Clarissa. And then from there, you know what I mean? I made Quad my campaign. We was running out there, right? And God has put a plan together for me that I have an outstanding team right now. And we've done the polls. Dr. Heavenly in there.
Okay, Dr. Heavenly. I did think it was kind of interesting when Quad was saying that she was your campaign manager because I was like, okay, is this a storyline? I'm not gonna lie. I was even wondering. Now, when you first told me that you were running for office, I was like, okay. And I asked you a couple questions and I was like, okay, she's serious. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna support. But then when, not that I don't think that Quad is capable, or that I don't think she's intelligent, because I do think she's very
definitely
intelligent.
that, yeah.
But it just, because it was the two of y'all together and you're both on the same show,
Right.
I started thinking, okay, well, maybe it's a story. I don't
Well,
know.
it was. I mean, it's my story. It was played out on TV. I've been doing this a long time. I know how it goes. If Quad's my campaign manager, I would get more airtime. Therefore, I'm a run, but I'm really running. But now we can talk about it more because I got somebody to actually film with about it.
Yeah.
So that was my thought. That's just being smart. That's free, you know what I'm saying? Publicity on it. And it was state rep. So I knew I could do that. I would tell you, my win number was 2,700. I could get that. Only 11% of the population vote in the primaries. The election is won in the primaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we can get these young boys right here out to vote. The problem is Black men have given up on voting. And I can go into why. But we have to actually get back to our brothers and understand why they have chosen not to vote. And once we go to the barbershops and things like that and say, hey, what do you want changed? And what they think is unfair is having babies and the judiciary system on how the child support and how the custody of the kids go wrong, how the judicial system is misrepresenting them, how they feel like they can't get the small business loans in order to take care of their children. So they've lost their motivation. And Black men are proud. They used to be kings. They want to be respected, and they should be. And I love my king. So we have to take care of the Black men and actually talk to them and motivate them and cultivate them to come back out and vote. Mm-hmm. And my whole thing is only 11%. And my district will be won in the primaries, meaning that the primaries is where you pick your Democratic person or your Republican person, right? My district is 60% or greater Democratic. So whoever wins in the primaries will win in November. So people don't even know to vote in May in the primaries, right? Mm-hmm. My whole thing is I got to get out and vote. You know what I'm saying? Because if only 11%, if I get 4% of people to vote, I won. You know what I'm saying? If I could get and the people in my district, this might not work in your district where you in Buckhead or whatever you at. It'll work in my district. Okay.
Swats.
Okay. So listen, but this was a conversation because my district is us. This is my district. I can win this. I might can't win Cobb County. I might can't. And I might could if God wanted for me. But this district here, this is my district. I've been all over this district. I've been up to the top. I know the issues in Gwinnett County where they got gang activity up there. I know from the south side where they got a epidemic on mental health challenges. And the police officers are asking for help because they're not prepared to take care of people who have mental health emergencies. I know these things because I'm in the community. These people are my patients. I'm not hearing it secondhand. And because I'm on reality TV, I see more people than the average Joe.
Right.
I know more people and they're coming up talking to me the issue. They want somebody to speak up and speak out for them when our congressman hadn't been doing it. So who better to do it? Y'all think I'm gonna shut up? Y'all think I'm scared to say? Y'all think I'm not going to, you think I'm not smart enough when I graduated top of my class? People don't know my credentials. I have a real estate license, Series 65. These are tests I just took just for fun.